These are the top 7 jobs so desperate that they'll hire almost anyone. And I mean that literally because some of these companies will hand you an offer the same day you walk in. Now, a lot of the time there is a reason why these jobs are so desperate, because a lot of people don't want them because they're morbid, or they're very boring, or they're very difficult, or you have to go to a place that not a lot of people want to go, etc., etc. But to be honest, there's a lot of normal jobs out there that are just as bad. For instance, I spent 8 years and $300,000 in student loan debt getting a doctorate in pharmacy just to become a pharmacist, which has one of the lowest job satisfaction ratings out there. And nobody told me that there are employers out there begging people with no specific degree, no experience, no connections, who will train you from zero and pay you while they do it. And some of these pay 6 figures, some you can start this week. And for one of them, there's literally a federal law that says the company has to cover your training. Yeah, seriously. So whether you got laid off last month, you don't have a degree and you're tired of being told that you need one, or you have a degree, but it's not a particularly useful one, or you've got a resume gap that you're scared to explain, or you're stuck in retail or some soulless job wanting out, or you're 40 and you're starting over from scratch, at least one of these is going to be built for exactly where you're standing. Now, with every single job, we're going to show receipts, like real articles, real anecdotes, real hiring pages, BLS, Glassdoor, etc. on the screen. And I'll show you how people are stacking even more income on top of these jobs. So if you appreciate content like this, let me know by gently cheersing the like button. Let's go ahead and jump in right now. Okay, so the first one is going to be crime scene technician. And this is the one that a lot of people couldn't stomach, which is exactly why it's so easy to get hired. And when the police and coroner leave, somebody still has to clean up that room, and you do not need any experience to do that. And a national cleanup company called Spalding Decon says that right there on their own website, previous experience isn't required, and they'll train you from scratch. And that same company does something clever. They film the actual cleanup jobs and put them on YouTube. And their channel, Crime Scene Cleaning, has 1.48 million subscribers and over 200 million views. And just one of their videos got 4.2 million views and made $20.7 thousand in ad revenue. And crime scene cleaners make about $48,000 to $74,000 a year. And that's pretty good for a job with no degree, no experience, and training that takes a matter of days. And look, is it morbid? Absolutely. But that's the whole game with these jobs, right? The fewer people willing to do the work, the more leverage that you have walking in the door. And by the way, not all of these are going to be morbid like this. I typically begin these videos with the first one being a bit weird, just to get the creative juices flowing. But to be honest, there's so many different jobs out there and there's so many different ways of making money that it really is good to be creative and think outside of the box. Now, here's how to start. Search biohazard technician or trauma cleanup technician, and do this on Indeed or ZipRecruiter, and then filter for no experience listings. And the OSHA bloodborne pathogen training is typically employer paid, and a realistic timeline from application to working is a couple of days to a couple of weeks. All right, next is a casino dealer. And this is where they will literally pay you to learn card games. Now, casinos across the country are so short on dealers that they're running free dealer schools and paying people during training. And Hard Rock Casino in Rockford ran a hiring event where the local news reported, in their words, some people may be hired on the spot. And Hollywood Casino in Toledo, there's a $2,000 sign-on bonus, a paid dealer school, and it requires no experience. Think about that for a second. An industry built entirely on math is telling you the odds are stacked in your favor for once. And the same thing is happening online. There's literally a channel called CEG Dealer School, and they've got 360,000 subscribers, 155 million views, and it's literally a dealer school that teaches people how to be dealers online instead of in person. And this channel had one video pop off and get 3.4 million views, and it made $16,000 in ad revenue. Now, the typical pay for a dealer runs about $15 to $21 an hour, which sounds average until you remember dealers eat on tips. And at a busy property, tips can change that math completely. So the whole pipeline is a few weeks of dealer school, a background check for a gaming license, and you're on the table. Now, by the way, if you don't want to work as a dealer because of ethical reasons or something like that, I totally understand. And we actually had a client named Alex who had the exact same issue. He was working as a dealer at one of these casinos and he was tired of doing it as well. And so he actually started on YouTube and started talking about how he got his degree faster with this thing called degree hacking. And I taught him how to do a YouTube channel the right way. And he went from zero to making $15,000 in a single month, teaching other people how they can graduate with their college degrees faster from universities such as WGU or Thomas Edison State University. And he was able to escape his casino dealer job by doing this. With that being said, the casino dealer job was a pretty good way of making money in the in between. But now let's talk about one that's a little bit more family friendly, and that is caregiver or certified nursing assistant. And this one might be one of the single lowest barriers to entry on the entire list, and it comes with something that none of the others have, which is a federal law. I'm talking about becoming a CNA, which is a certified nursing assistant or a caregiver, and working in hospitals, nursing homes, home health agencies, etc. And there is literally a federal regulation that says Medicare and Medicaid nursing facilities cannot charge you for CNA training. And if you already paid for it yourself and they hire you within a year, they actually have to pay you back. Congress had to write it into law how badly these places need people. And that's a pretty good sign. It's a good one to go into. And it gets better. Now, let me show you what this can turn into, because this is where it gets interesting. Nurse Jen, a few months ago, was in the exact same position that you're in right now. She was watching one of my videos. She came to my live training, which I'm going to be doing this week as well. So click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. She joined my community and she started a channel where she answers the same questions that she was already answering for patients every shift. So in her own words, she said, I hadn't dipped my toe into YouTube. So she was a complete beginner. So we helped her dial in her niche, which is something we're going to be helping in the live training. Then we helped her find viral video ideas and we helped her get started step by step. She didn't invent anything. She just took the job and pointed a camera at what she already knew. And now a few months later, she's already got over 4 million views, 35,000 subscribers. 2 of her videos have over 600,000 views. One of them has over 700,000 views, and she's making a full-time income. And these are numbers that most creators chase for years. And if you want to go to the exact same live training that Nurse Jen went to, click the link in the description in the pinned comment below, because I'm doing it this week. All right, next is the pest control technician. And this job is exactly what you'd expect. Routes, treatments, removals, and companies like Orkin, Terminix, and Aptiv famously hire people with 0 experience and train them from scratch. And there's a guy showing whether it's worth it or not in pest control and talking about it on his channel. And there's another channel called Dan the Bug Man. And he just talks about bugs and pest control. And he's basically just recording his day-to-day job and posting it on YouTube and making extra money on top of the money he's making from his work. And he has over 300,000 subscribers. So I think you see the formula here. Do the work, point the camera at the work, and let the internet do what it's been doing for the entire video. So sometimes it's literally as simple as just doing the job and recording yourself doing the job. Sometimes you can help other people get into the job. Sometimes you can help other people with whatever education they need to get into the job, like Alex Shep we talked about a few minutes before. Sometimes you can help people who are already doing the job do the job better, and sometimes you can help people up level within the job, right? But these types of boring things are what make really good YouTube channels. But anyways, according to BLS, pest control workers make about $44,000 a year, and according to Glassdoor, they make about $43,000 to $58,000 a year. But the truth is, this is just the entry-level job. There's a lot of other jobs down the line that can make far more than that. For instance, pest control salesmen make about $74,000 to $104,000 a year. And the way you'd want to get started with this is apply to Orkin, Terminix, Aptiv, Massey, and do it for pest control technician trainee. And the state applicator license is employer sponsored, and it can take weeks from application to running a route.
All right, guys, quick break. This video is sponsored by me. I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be doing a live training this week where I'm going to be revealing the YouTube content advantage in 2026. It is a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. Just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. And this is going to be available for both Claude as well as ChatGPT, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me. You'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to meeting you. So click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. Make sure you put it on your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it, you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link, because we might be having workshops in the future as well, and you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
All right, next is going to be a fiber optic technician. And this is the physical internet, the actual glass in the ground that everything you do online runs through. And right now, there simply aren't enough humans to build it. And the fiber broadband industry needs an estimated 178,000 workers through 2032. That's 58,000 for new positions and 120,000 to replace retirees. Now, to learn to be a fiber technician, you can actually look it up on YouTube. I saw a playlist from Fiber Instrument Sales showing the training of how to become a fiber optic technician, just as an example. And I saw a video about the day in the life of a fiber technician as well. And guess what? Fiber optic technicians make about $55,000 to $80,000 a year. So yeah, it's pretty good money. And here's how to start. Apply directly to ISPs and their contractors for fiber technician trainee or fiber installer. And the FOAs and CFOT cert helps, but plenty of companies train from zero, and it might take weeks, not years. With that being said, make sure you look it up in your area because different states and different regions have different rules. Sometimes it depends on if it's union or non-union, et cetera, et cetera. So that's something you can just literally open up Google or ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you want and tell it what area you're in and look up what the rules are for that area. All right, next is a cell tower climber. And this one is not for everybody. And that's precisely why it pays. And these are the people who climb 200, 300, sometimes 2,000 feet up to install and fix the antennas that your phone is using right now. And the demand is so out of control that about a few months ago, the chairman of the FCC climbed a 2,000-foot broadcast tower on live TV basically to recruit people. And Axios reported the 5G build out alone needs 20,000 additional tower climbers, and that climbers can clear $70,000 a year without a 4-year degree, which is nearly double the average salary of high school only workers. So you're hanging 1,800 feet in the air with a wrench, and yeah, no shit, they can't find people. So companies train new people constantly because turnover is brutal, which for you means the door is permanently open. And the trade-off is real. Travel, weather, and genuine danger. And of course, there's lots of videos of people tower climbing. They post it on YouTube. And this video, for instance, made over $5,000, literally just posting a video of what they already do on a day-to-day basis. And the entry-level jobs pay about $45,000 to $68,000 a year. So the way to get started here is search tower hand no experience or wireless construction trainee. And then the ComTrain climbing cert and OSHA 10 are usually employer provided. And then expect a travel and a per diem life. All right, next is the job that hires literally anyone, and that is content creator. There's no interviews, no resume, no degree checks, no age limits. The internet will hire literally anyone, and it just pays based on how useful or interesting you are. And unlike every other job today, this one stacks on top of whichever one you pick. And I saw someone saying that he can't work a 9-to-5 job and recorded himself saying that he never lasted a single job for even a year, and people watched the video and they loved it. And it got over 380,000 views and probably made him a bunch of money. And there's a video from this guy named Aaron saying to forget about your job and that content is worth more than your paycheck. And this channel has 105,000 subscribers, and if he's monetizing properly, he's easily making 6 figures a year. And it's also what my brother Zach did. And to give context, Zach was in his 50s and he's been in the trades for almost 30 years. And I just told him, just start on YouTube, bro. Just listen to me and do exactly what I tell you. And he was giving me every excuse that he could think of, saying he's too old for YouTube, that it's only for kids, that nobody wants to listen to a 50-year-old, that he doesn't know how to set up a camera, and that he's not recorded a single video in his entire life. And yet he listened to me, and his first video got 800,000 plus views. In less than a month after posting his first video, he had a $214 day. That's a $78,000 a year run rate, just from talking about the job that he already had. So he went from zero to a full-time income in less than 1 month. And in his first year on YouTube, he had an $18,000 month. And you don't even need a big channel to make it big. He's literally just sharing knowledge that is common sense to him because he's been in the trades for 30 years, but it's not common sense to 99% of people out there. And if you want to learn exactly how we helped Zach grow his YouTube channel, how we helped him pick his niche, pick the right video ideas, and a step-by-step guide for how you can get started as well, then go ahead and attend the completely free live training that I'm doing this week by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And also, these videos are completely free. The live training is completely free. And I know that 99.9% of you out there are just going to enjoy my free videos, my free live trainings, my free resources that I give away on this channel. And we are never going to end up working together, and that's completely okay. But there's 1% or 0.1% of you out there that are very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, or maybe you know somebody else that's serious about it as well. And you want one-on-one mentorship from me, or you just want us to do the work for you. And if that sounds like you, or you know somebody else, then go ahead and click that link in the description in the pinned comment below to book a call. On this call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. But only book the call if you are very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, or send to people that are very serious about it as well. We work one-on-one with people, so it's very limited how many people we can work with, and we're only accepting about 5 people right now. And overall, we have about an 18% acceptance rate. That's historical. It's probably a bit lower than that now. And the types of people we typically work with are professionals that typically have a lot of experience, and they want to give value, inspire, motivate, and educate the world. Business owners who want to get more sales, get more leads, and build their brand using YouTube. YouTubers who are getting a lot of views, but they're struggling with monetization. YouTubers who are crushing it, but they want to crush it even harder. And people who are content creators on other social media platforms, but they want to move over to YouTube because they know that YouTube is the biggest moneymaker and it's the best. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and book that call. But again, only do it if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube. And also check out this video right here where we talk about exactly how we help my brother grow from zero to a full-time income in less than 1 month.